Be to yourself. Stay to yourself. Trust nobody. Trust nobody.
You know what happened with Diddy, with Brother Love? I don't really blame that on him now, as much as I did then, because I did go through a stage of bitterness.
You're human.
But in retrospect, you know, I blame it more on the lawyers that were advising him
To separate the case.
than him. Because his lawyers were there, to secure a not guilty verdict by any means.
Right.
He's a corporation, $100 million corporation. And, you know, they look at me as the enemy. Now, you know, this is
You didn't feel like
this is how many years ago? This is 20-some years ago.
20-something years.
So Puff is still young, relatively.
What is it, 1999?
1999,
Okay.
2000.
Damn.
So he's much younger then, and you know it's a lot of pressure. You know he's about to lose everything. I'm about to lose everything.
Right.
I'm from that though.
Right.
You know, Diddy is a musician. You know he's a great musician, great executive. You know, great entertainer, but he wasn't from that.
Right.
So his response shouldn't be expected to be my response. And then when your lawyers and maybe other people are misleading you and misguiding you, I think that's how everything, you know, fell apart. And he said that to me.
Right. It's beautiful.
He said, you know, man, you know, I'm sorry, man. You know, I should have never listened to those lawyers.
That's real.
And, you know, I forgave him.
That's real.
But, you know, it was traumatic.
Yeah, it's still
So
staying.
I would forgive him, and then, you know, you might hear me a few months later,
Yeah.
you know,
Still staying.
going in on him.
Yeah.
You
like
know,
when a chick cheated
but
on
again,
you, you give her something
that was over a decade ago.
Right.
And I was in a different space then. And you know, today, you know, I'm all about, you know, how I'm going to impact the world, building relationships, and forgiveness is a part of that. I can't carry 23 years ago with me in a negative way.
Yeah.
I carried 23 years ago
Deep shit right there.
with me all the good from 23 years.
That's
The
deep
bad, I take the wisdom out of it, I take the lessons out of it, and I use it for the next 23 years, how I'm gonna master this chessboard.
That's hard.
Right?
That's hard. You know what I always say? I always say, forgiveness is for you. Like, forgiveness is not for them. Like, whether I forgive them or not, forgiveness makes me a better person. That's for me.
So it's like with, you know, with Diddy, when Diddy has supported me, he's been one of my biggest supporters. Him, Fat Joe. Those are my two guys.
Right.
Like I said, Nas always reaches out.
Fat Joe went to see you in jail, though.
But see me in jail. I don't know if you came to Belize. Can't forget Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, my brother. You know, I was just with him and Khaled. Khaled is my guy too, another supporter for over a decade. You know, but Busta came to Belize when I got out. You know, embraced me.
He tried to sign you too, though, right? I think that was a part of it.
No, he
Okay.
was just a brother. You know.
Okay.
Gave me an Audemars Piguet.
Okay, I remember. Yeah.
When I, you know, when he came to Belize and just been my brother through and through, and Joe, my brother. But Diddy, in the most recent years, after we reconciled, you know, once I told him what I was doing in Belize, became one of my biggest supporters.
Right.
You know, whether it's telling people through his platforms what I was doing, whether it's, you know, financing what I was doing, and just giving me that moral support and that acknowledgement. And then recently they had tried to, after I got elected, pass legislation to disqualify me from the House of Representatives.
Why?
To say that anybody that got convicted of a crime can't be in the House of Representatives.
In another country?
And you know, Diddy lost it when he heard that. And he got the revolt people, he got the publicists, he got everybody. He started talking to his legislative friends and was like, you know, we can't let this happen. You know, this young man changed his life. He's doing great things for his people. And, you know, he's black excellence. And I can't let this happen to my brother. And so he was very instrumental in, when I came here, meeting with the legislators in Georgia, recognition, highest regards to Rep. Erica Thomas and the entire Georgia Entertainment Caucus, and Corey Jacobs as well. So Puff, to me, totally redeemed himself, and is my brother, and I love him, and so I don't need to talk to him every day. I don't need $1 million from him. The love and the support in the time of critical need is worth more than $1 trillion.
Right.
And that's important, because when you expect money from people, when you expect material things from people, you will always be disappointed.